Hello guys, we're back decorating another cake. This is an 8-inch vanilla sponge and the filling has got to be one of my new favorites. In fact, pause this video right now and comment what flavor you think this buttercream is. Is your answer locked in? If you guessed mango buttercream, you would be correct. And this is a homemade passion fruit curd that I'm adding as a filling. I mentioned in a previous video that I really wanted to make a mango and passion fruit cake because I'm sorry, I was tired of the Biscoff cakes. Give me some fruity vibes. And one of my followers saw it and she was like, that's the flavor I want. And I could not have been more pleased because I got to eat the scraps. And when I tell you, this was the tastiest buttercream I have ever made, I am not exaggerating. It was super simple to make as well. I just cooked down some mango pulp until it was nice and jammy, let it cool down, and I added it into my Swiss meringue buttercream and I re-whipped it. And guys, it literally tasted like mango mousse. I wish you could jump through the screen and taste it with me because it was phenomenal. And don't even get me started on that passion fruit curd. Baby, it was tangy, it was sweet, it paired beautifully with the mango buttercream, and I filmed the whole process, so I can post that next if you like. But anyway, after I trimmed down the sides of my cake, I started on my crumb coat, and I don't know if you can tell, but I have the wrong size board. My rule of thumb is I like to go 4 inches higher than the size of my cake. So if I'm decorating a 6-inch cake, I'll use a 10-inch board, 8-inch cake, 12-inch board, and so on. And I like to decorate at nighttime, innit? So when I started this cake at 9 p.m, I was like, oh my days, I've run out of 12-inch boards. My customer was due to pick up the cake the next day at 1 p.m, so I was freaking out. So the next day, I literally got up at the crack of dawn, ran to Hobbycraft, bought a board, but they only had silver boards, guys, and you know how I feel about silver boards. So I bought some white vinyl and I actually covered this board myself. I know, I'm so crafty. By the time I'd bought everything, got back, covered the board, it was already 11 a.m. I had 3 hours to finish this cake. I let my customer know everything that had happened and that I might run over slightly. And she was so understanding and kind. Like, honestly, I thank God every day that I have the nicest customers. I've never come across a Karen. Actually, I've come across what's a male Karen called? A cadron? I don't know, but that's a story for another day. Back to this cake. Like I said, I had 3 hours, so I was locked in, decorating in silence, no podcast, no music, nothing. The only thing that was playing in my head, yeah. Luckily, the cake was all one color, which makes life so much easier. And it's a vintage heart cake. I've done these a billion times before, so I was very confident. I saw a comment the other day that said, another white cake? Hello? Like I can choose the color of the cake. If my customers want white cakes, they're gonna get white cakes. Feel free to make a colorful cake. Nobody's stopping you, darling. And actually, this isn't white, it's off-white. Anyway, this cake was for my customer's 20th birthday and she had a very clear vision of what she wanted. She wanted lots of pink, sparkle, roses, vintage, frilly piping everywhere. And you may be thinking, Jane, there's no pink on this cake. Don't worry, that comes later, okay? She sent me these 2 inspiration pictures. So as you can see, lots of vintage piping and the pink comes in with the roses. And I was just silently thanking God because piping roses, although I can just about do it, I'm not great at it. So the fact that these were real, I love that for me. I found these gorgeous mini roses from Sainsbury's and I wrapped all the stems in floral tape. This is how I do it because I can only use one hand. So I just twist it in between my fingers and then I place them all over the cake. This part is always satisfying to me. It makes me feel like I'm a florist or something, but there was no rhyme or reason. I just placed them romantically, whimsically on the cake. I only had 1 rose left, so I just ripped it up and I cascaded the petals down the side. And I love this added detail. I then finished off the cake with some glitter, of course. And here is a final spin. Not too much on the back, okay? I ran out of roses. No one's looking at the back anyway. But here is how the cake turned out. Guys. It's gorgeous. But we all know it looks even more gorgeous in the dark. Oh, look at this night mode, everybody. Before I forget, I finished the cake at 1:15 and then by the time I'd taken all my content and boxed it up, it was 1:30 and she collected it at 2 p.m. She sent me this really sweet message and photo of the cake once she'd collected it. As always, let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, cuties.